He cared for the other people.
Known for his dedication and service.
When Jason looked at somebody, he didn't just see a problem, he saw somebody.
Not just as a local officer, but also a family member and friend.
That's a talent that not very many men have today.
Tonight, family, fellow officers, even strangers are remembering a man who gave his life to protect others, saluting him with a single American flag.
Now, Jason Crisp was a decorated officer who spent 10 years with the U.S. Forestry Division. Last week, he was shot and killed in the line of duty, and tonight thousands have gathered to honor him.
That's right, Scott. In fact, you can see thousands still crowded into this high school auditorium right now to remember him and for the dedication. Law enforcement officers from all across the state, even K-9 officers, were also brought in. And Eyewitness News anchor Blair Miller is live outside that building in Marion, where an entire community is there paying tribute tonight. Blair?
It really is, Erica. I just stepped outside from everything going on inside McDowell High School here behind me. Such an emotional day to remember a man, a law enforcement officer who lost his life doing his job. And today his family and this community try to begin to heal. Today's service began with those bagpipes there. Just chilling to hear. 3,000 people expected here, and because of that many people, they had the memorial service here inside McDowell High School, not far from where Officer Crisp lost his life during a manhunt last week. This gymnasium was full of law enforcement from all over North Carolina, probably hundreds of officers here today. Also here, the many K-9 officers from around the area, and each one walked by that casket and saluted Officer Crisp and his dog, which will be buried together. So many emotions here inside today, remembering what kind of man Officer Jason Crisp truly was. We heard from those who knew Officer Crisp best, some of his fellow officers at the U.S. Forest Service, and that was one of the most powerful moments, hearing them describe their coworker and their friend.
I know Jason is looking down here today, and he's got a grin on his face, and he's saying, "I can't believe that all this is for me. But I can't think of anybody that deserves it anymore."
Also a very emotionally powerful day for Crisp's wife, Amanda, and their two sons. We saw them right there in the front row, and so much of what was said here today was directed right toward them. How he was as a father and as a husband. This memorial has been the focus of this town, and Eyewitness News reporter Dave Faraday joins me live here in Marion tonight. And Dave, I know so many people part of this community, and you've spoken with them, just want to be part of this today.
Blair, I'm about 200 yards away from you. I'm around the front of the school right now, where we have seen dozens of law enforcement officers here. Law enforcement officers not only from the state of North Carolina, but from across the southeast. You can see the parking lot filled here, not an empty space here in front of McDowell County High School. I did get a chance to talk with a number of folks from Marion earlier today who came out not only to honor Officer Crisp, but also show support for his family. Along US 70, the procession stretched for miles. It came to a halt under a huge American flag. There, Highway Patrol officers moved the body of Officer Jason Crisp to the patrol's caisson unit. Family members, including Crisp's wife and two boys, got out of a U.S. Forest Service SUV. Together with other family and close friends, they watched as the officers worked together to move Officer Crisp for the last half mile to the McDowell County High School. Hundreds of people braved the freezing temperatures as the caisson unit passed. Many of the people in this small community are still in shock that one of their own was shot and killed in the line of duty.
I believe when they see all this, they'll know that, that he meant something to McDowell County.
My heart goes out to the family. It's so unfortunate that it happened. It's sad. I just want to show him, that it's important to pay respects,
And the majority of folks that I talked with earlier today had never met Officer Crisp, but I did run into two of his classmates. Blair, you'll hear what they have to say coming up tonight on Eyewitness News starting at 6.
All right, thank you, Dave. Well, such an emotional ending to what certainly has been a tragic few days for this community. Erica?
And Blair, as you mentioned, an emotional day for everyone, especially though for the family. I know they did want this open to the public so people could attend. How is the family handling all of this?
Well, as you know, they've been staying largely private with everything that's been happening over the last few days. But as they sat inside there behind me, they took up the first 4 rows. And as the casket went by, you really feel for that family. And then hearing the words about how great of a husband, how great of a father he was, you truly felt for them. Erica.